Hey there everyone, welcome to another video of Foxandroid. So this video will be in continuation with our navigation component series. So in the last videos we have learned how to share primitive data types between the fragments, right? But in this video we're going to learn how to pass the objects of a model class between the fragments, right? So we'll be sharing the whole object itself between the fragments. So let me just demonstrate what we're going to get by the end of this video. So if you can see here on my mobile screen, the fragment 1 is open. If I just tap on the button, so we go to fragment 2, and on the top we have two text views, first name and last name, but there is no data in the first name and last name. So if I just go back to fragment 1 itself and I type some data, for example in the first name I type Steve and in the last name I type Jobs, and if I just go to fragment 2, so basically we'll create object of a user class that will contain two strings, the first name and the last name, and we'll pass that object to the fragment 2. So you can see we have passed the object. Out of that object, this fragment 2 have retrieved the first name and the last name. So this is what we'll be getting by the end of this video, and you'll learn how to pass objects between fragments using navigation components. So if you want to learn this, make sure you watch this video till the end. So without much ado, let's get started. So guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and press the bell notification icon for receiving the notification of the upcoming videos. And by the end of the video, if you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button as well. So let's start with the development. So in the last couple of videos, we have implemented this navigation components and we have 3 fragments inside it now, right? Now what I've done is I have taken 2 edit text fields in fragment 1 that will fill up the first name and last name, and in 2 I have implemented 2 text views in which we'll be getting the data from fragment 1, right? So let us first create a model class. So for that, just right click here, new Java class, and as it will store the data of the user, so we'll name it as user class only. So it will contain string type data, right? So this model class will contain first name and last name. It depends on your application that what your model class contains, right? It can be anything, doesn't matter. So first we'll create a constructor for this. So right click, generate constructor, and select both the elements. Okay, now to use this class and to pass the objects of this class between the fragments, we need to implement. So implements parse label, right? So now to implement this, we need to implement certain methods. So click here, alt enter, implement methods, click OK, right? Now if you just come here, add parsable implementation. So that is pretty much everything we need to do to create our model class. Now we'll just go to our navigation graph. So as we want to receive the data in fragment 2, so just click on fragment 2, and in the arguments, if I just extend this, there's nothing. So just tap on this add icon, and in the type we'll select custom parsable. So you can see we have got the option of the user class. So tap OK. So we'll just name it as user only, right? Add. So if I just go to the backend code of this graph, and here you can see the argument has been added, right? And the type of which will be our user class. So we have to do this much only in our nav graph. Now we'll just go to fragment 1. In the fragment 1, inside the unclick listener of the button, so when the user taps on the button, what we want to do is first we'll refer to the edit text. So let me just quickly do that. So we have got the reference of both the edit text. Now we'll create object of the user class. So for that, new user, and it will take the first name and last name as the arguments, right? So first name dot get text dot to string, right? So we have got the data from the first edit text, and similarly we'll do that for the last name as well. So we have got the object. Now to pass this object, nav directions, we'll name it as action only. So fragment 1 directions dot action fragment 1 to fragment 2, right? So if you're not getting these options, make sure after implementing the nav graph, you just build the project. And if I just go here in the Java generator, you can see these classes will automatically be generated. Make sure that these classes are generated whenever you are implementing the navigation component graph, right? And here we will pass the user object, and now we'll get the nav controller dot navigate, and we'll pass the action here, right? So this is how we'll send the object from fragment 1 to fragment 2. So here you can see I'm getting this error. This is because I haven't built the project. So let me just rebuild it. Okay guys, the build has been completed and we do not have any error now, right? Because these particular things has been added, or the classes for that has been automatically generated, right? So you can see we have got another class. This is fragment 2 args, right? When we rebuild the project. Now I'll just go to fragment 2, right? Here we want to receive the object that we have passed from fragment 1, right? So for that, let me just create a string variable first name. So we have to refer to fragment 2 args, right? The name of this class may vary according to the name of your fragments. For example, the name of my second fragment is fragment 2, so it comes fragment 2 args, right? So dot from bundle, and here we'll get arguments dot get user, right? And the name of this method will also vary depending on the name of the arguments that we have set here, right? For example, I have set it to user, so that's why I'm getting get user. So now we have got the object and we'll refer to its field, so first name, and similarly we'll do it for the last name, and we'll refer to the last name here. So we have got our first name and last name. Now we'll just quickly refer to the text views that we have there in the fragment 2. So now we'll just set the first name and last name to the text view, right? So set text, and we'll set the first name here, and similarly last name. Okay guys, this is what we need to do to share the objects between the fragments, right? So this is how we'll be getting the object from the fragment 1 to fragment 2. And I just realized that we have put this code inside the on-click listener of the fragment 2, and we should keep it outside this. So perfect. So basically this will not be executed because we'll not be clicking on the button on the fragment 2. So we have to keep it outside on-click listener. So let me just quickly install this app to my cell phone and check if it is working fine or not, right? So guys, the app has been installed to my cell phone, as you can see on my mobile screen, right? Now if I just put in some data in the first name and the last name. Now if I just go to fragment 2, so here you can see we have got the same data. So I guess we have successfully implemented this particular thing to our Android application, and I also hope that you guys have understood the code. But still, if you have any doubt, you can always ask me in the comment section, or you can DM me on Instagram. The Instagram username will be there on screen right now. And in case you are new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and press the bell notification icon for receiving notification of the upcoming videos. So that is it for today's video. See you in another video. Bye.